For more than 4,500 years, humanity has looked at the pyramids and felt the same thing: awe. They rise from the desert like mountains carved by intelligence itself. Perfect angles, perfect alignment, perfect silence. We've studied how they were built. We've debated who built them. We've measured their stones to the millimeter. But there's one question that feels almost forbidden. Not what's inside, not how tall they are, but what lies beneath them. Because if there's one rule of ancient architecture that repeats across civilizations, it's this: the most important things were often hidden underground. So what if the pyramids were never the whole structure? What if they were only the visible part of something much deeper? The Grand Pyramide de Giza stands at the heart of the Pyramides de Giza near modern El Cairo. Built during the 4th dynasty for Pharaoh Cheops, it once stood 146 meters tall. It remained the tallest human-made structure on Earth for nearly 4,000 years. That alone is difficult to comprehend. But here's something even stranger. Despite decades of exploration, scanning, drilling, and mapping, we still do not fully understand its internal structure. And we understand even less about what lies below it. Most tourists visit the so-called King's Chamber, but few realize there is a passage that slopes downward. A narrow corridor descending into the bedrock beneath the pyramid. It leads to a subterranean chamber, rough, unfinished, carved directly into the limestone foundation. Why start underground? Why carve downward before building upward? The chamber appears incomplete, but incomplete structures in ancient Egypt are rare, especially in royal monuments. So, was it abandoned, or was it simply part of a larger design we no longer recognize? The Giza Plateau is not solid uniform rock. It is layered limestone. Limestone has a weakness. Over thousands of years, water can dissolve it, creating voids, cavities, and underground chambers. Geologists have confirmed fissures beneath parts of the plateau. Natural cavities, small caves, structural inconsistencies. So the builders of the pyramids didn't just build on rock. They built on a landscape that may already have contained hidden spaces. Did they avoid those spaces? Or did they incorporate them? In 2017, researchers working with the Scan Pyramids Initiative used an extraordinary method to scan the Great Pyramid. They didn't drill. They didn't excavate. They used muons, subatomic particles generated by cosmic rays. Muons pass through stone. By measuring how many muons penetrate different sections of the pyramid, scientists can detect density changes. And what they found was unexpected. A massive void, over 30 meters long, hidden above the Grand Gallery, completely sealed. No visible entrance, no record in ancient texts. This discovery proves something critical. Even after centuries of study, there are still unknown spaces inside the pyramid. If hidden chambers exist inside, what might exist beneath? Ancient Egyptian belief revolved around the journey to the underworld, the Duat. The Duat wasn't above the stars, it was below the earth. Burial rituals often symbolize descent, passageways, corridors, thresholds. The Great Pyramid already contains descending and ascending pathways, symbolic and structural. Some researchers speculate that the subterranean chamber may have connected to additional passageways now sealed or collapsed. Others believe the entire plateau could contain a network of ritual tunnels. There is no confirmed massive underground labyrinth. But here's the truth. Large-scale excavation beneath the pyramids has never been completed, which means we simply don't know. Not far from the pyramid stands the Gran Esfinge de Giza. Seismic tests conducted in the 1990s detected anomalies beneath the Sphinx enclosure, possible cavities, irregular density patterns, some proposed hidden chambers. However, further excavation has been limited. Preservation concerns, political sensitivities, structural risk. So beneath both the pyramids and the Sphinx, potential anomalies remain unexplored. Let's step back logically. If you wanted to preserve something for thousands of years, you wouldn't leave it exposed. You wouldn't leave it vulnerable to invaders. You would bury it, seal it, and perhaps place something monumental above it as protection. The pyramids are among the most stable structures ever built. Earthquakes have struck Egypt. Empires have collapsed, yet they remain. If there were something beneath them, they would be the ultimate vault. There is no evidence of lost alien technology. There is no proof of advanced forgotten civilizations beneath Giza. But what we do know is this. The engineering precision of the Great Pyramid still surprises modern architects. Its base is level within centimeters. Its orientation to true north is incredibly accurate. Its internal passages are mathematically deliberate. These were not random builders. These were planners, designers, strategists. So if they carved a subterranean chamber first, it was intentional. And intentional designs usually have meaning. Here's the frustrating part. We cannot simply excavate beneath the pyramids. The risk of destabilizing the structure is too high. Any invasive digging could cause irreversible damage. So we rely on non-invasive methods: ground-penetrating radar, seismic imaging, moon scanning, thermal analysis, and each new technology reveals fragments, hints, anomalies, but not full answers. This is important. It's possible that beneath the pyramids lies nothing extraordinary. Only bedrock, only geological variation, only unfinished chambers. But even that would be revealing, because it would confirm design evolution, architectural experimentation, human trial and error on a scale never seen before. But if we find more, if future scans reveal large chambers beneath the plateau, if sealed tunnels are discovered, then history books will need rewriting. For 4,500 years, the pyramids have stood in silence. Sand shifts, wind erodes, but the core remains. There are still voids we have not entered. There are still spaces no human has seen. And beneath the foundation of the greatest monument of the ancient world, there may still be secrets untouched by light. We've drilled into Mars. We've mapped the ocean floor. We've sent spacecraft beyond Pluto. But beneath one of the most iconic structures on Earth, we are still guessing. And maybe that's what makes the pyramids so powerful. Not what we know, but what we don't. Because until we fully explore what lies beneath them, the pyramids are unfinished stories, stone chapters, waiting to be opened. The next time you see the pyramids in a photo, or in a documentary, or rising from the desert at sunset, don't just admire their height, think about their depth. Because sometimes, the greatest mysteries in history are not above us. They are below, and they are still waiting.